Okay, here's the corner of the skylight that was leaking down onto your couch down there in the corner, right? So the first thing I'm going to look at is the way the skylight is installed. It looks like it's installed okay. First glance, it looks right. That's fine. I would have probably put this shingle over the flashing down to here like that. But as long as there's no way for water to go this way or this way and get into this corner, you should be fine. Now the flashing is loose, so they didn't put any urethane under there. So yeah, ice and snow situations, backing up or driving rain, maybe can get water up into this spot, because once you get to that spot, there's nothing there but a way into your house. That's the rough opening under here. So that's one concern of mine, but I'm not dead set on it. So when I start looking up underneath these shingles, I want to see if there's any nails under there. There is, and I see it's getting wet a little bit, but that's not going to leak into the house either. It's nice and flush to the roof, and it's going to I would seal it anyway, but it's not going to cause a leak. I looked up under the rest of the shingles here, and they were all fine too. Even the seams are right where they're supposed to be. So everything looks really good here. So I says, let me check the glass here. The glass looks good. You know, usually the urethane will leak behind the glass on these old skylights, but it's not doing that in this situation. But what I ended up doing is you see the way it's step flashed? She step flashed all the way up, which is supposed to be the more secure skylights with the step flashing. The only problem that I have with these is this rubber seal that the flashing goes up under. This is what keeps the rain from going out of the flashing, going behind it, you know. So the rain comes and hits here and carries the water over the flashing. But what happens if it goes behind it? Well, if you lift it up, you'll see it's almost impossible for anything to get up underneath there high enough to get into the flashing. But as you look further and you come down to this point, look what happens. The gentleman that installed the flashing on this skylight actually cut the flashing. Don't know why. Don't have to cut it at all. It's all should be the same size. So look how much shorter it is. That's all the bare wood from the side of the skylight. And that's where your leak is coming from. It's pouring right behind the flashing, getting right into this corner and leaking. So now, I mean, the right way to do it is to take that whole flashing out and put a brand new flashing in, if you can find one at this stage in the game. But what I'm going to do right now for the service call is I'm going to seal this whole top of this flashing so no water can get behind it anymore. And I'm also going to seal this down. You know, in the future, I can come over, I'll measure it, and I'll give you a quote on replacing this. This whole one piece of apron flashing is what he cut over here. So I want to see if he cut the other side the same way. I can feel when I'm up here the direction of the wind is right in that corner, nothing on this side. So even if it's the same way, it probably wasn't leaking because of that. Yeah, he cut this one short too, see? He cut that flashing short there. So, but I don't see any watermarks on this one. So this one has been lucking out over the years. So I'm going to seal this side too, just because I don't want anything to start happening. So that should really be all you need to do for now. But if it ever starts leaking on you again, I recommend changing this piece of flashing. You know, because it's not supposed to be cut at all. It's supposed to be the same size as the step flashing up here. And that's your leak. So I'll take care of it right now. I'll get you out of the rain. And then we'll send you a proposal on changing this whole front piece of flashing here. Okay.